On the phone with us today. On the phone with us today is Miss Shereen Anderson, and I think you know her from different angles. You know, it's a little body with a big sound. That's how I'm going to contextualize her. This little body with a big sound and doing big things. Shereen Anderson, are you there?
I am here. Hi everybody, how are you?
Thank you, Shereen. I was looking at your bio. I was looking at your bio, and what captured me was the fact that you are from East Kingston. And people look at you and say, uptown girl, you know, nice, pretty face, smooth, you know, everything nice. You know, 'cause that's our reading, you know. If you look kind of rough and crusty, you know, you come from downtown. If you look kind of smooth and polished, you're uptown girl, right? Have you, you know, person said, I've ever said that to you?
I think, you know, I try to defy constructs, and I think a lot in society we create them little titles and boxes, you know. So we say, you know, downtown is one thing, uptown is one thing. Well, we even have downtown and uptown, it's just with Jamaica. You know, people come from any part of Jamaica, rural, country, anywhere, and they work really hard. And when they work hard, you know, they achieve good things, and success should not be placed in any one part of society. So, yeah, I'm just a Jamaican girl from very humble beginnings with very humble parents who worked really hard to keep me on the straight and narrow, and I still keep working hard every single day, just positivity same way.
Where in East Kingston are you from?
I was born in Rockport.
Okay.
I've lived in Nannyville. I've also lived in Wallington Town, and I do a lot of work with the Wallington Town area and community still. You know, yeah.
Okay, now I see where you have this foundation set up, this ROC. I'm trying to find what that acronym. Oh yes, it's Reach One Child Foundation, which you formed in 2004. And it is committed to mentorship and motivational talks with youths and also scholarships. Talk to us more about that.
The Rock Foundation was originally, I call it the Reach One Child Movement. It's something I started while I was a college student in Middlebury, Vermont. Right after Hurricane Ivan, I saw the need to come back and assist with Exeter Primary. My primary school had been damaged from the hurricane, and I wanted to just find a way to give back. So that's where the whole thing was formed, and I created this body where we got together and we did a concert to raise funds. And you know, upon returning to Jamaica, my manager Patrick Lindsay said, you know, you're always giving back and you're always working with kids in a very informal way. Why don't we just go ahead and establish this as, you know, it's your heart, like you're always doing it anyway. So I came back to Jamaica and I established the foundation. But my big thing has always been education, because I think when you empower people through knowledge, through education, it's when we move forward, it's the better thing for progress.
So true.
That's always been my thing. And not just giving people scholarships or helping to pay a tuition here and there. People need to see real life examples, you know. Tell me how you do it. Don't just tell me, okay, I'm at the top of the mountain, but tell me, what was your process? Were there days when you felt like giving up? What subjects did you take? What else outside of the classroom did you do to get to where you are? So that's kind of one of the things we try to facilitate to Reach One Child. We have several programs. We do our annual school tour. We're in our 4th year right now, and it's mainly primary schools, because I believe you have to get them really young. So, you know, kids who are passionate about things and who can explore their passion. Like for me, it was dancing and singing and acting, and I love school. You know, when you can get them really young, you just get them to understand the value of work, and that the only way you're going to reach to anywhere, you have to put in the work. I don't go fall in your lap. So outside of the Rock School Tour, we also have a scholarship program that we offer to grade 6 kids from primary schools across the island. But they have to be kids who display that they're also interested in giving back to their community, because it's one thing to be bright, but to be bright and also have a purpose and know that you have to come back and give to your community is extremely important. So those kids, we pay their tuition. We try to do books, school supplies, and uniforms throughout their high school years as well. We've also launched the YES program, which is Youth Empowering Self and Society. Now, that was specifically created for the scholars, because we realized that after paying the tuition, we needed to follow up with them. We needed mentors who are from, you know, professions that a lot of kids want to get into. People want to be musicians, you know, doctors and lawyers, and sometimes you just need that other, there's that other hand that's also helping to steer you in the direction that, you know, they've expressed that they want to go. Because now we have, what else do we have on the Rock agenda? We have the Rock Kids Fest, because obviously every foundation needs to be funded. And for the last 10 years, it's been out of pocket and just a labor of love and heart from both myself and the other director. We've had to come up with other creative ways to offset some of these expenses. So we do a festival called Rock Kids Fest. Last year we launched it, and it will happen this year on July the 5th. And all of that information will be posted as we go along.
Okay.
And yeah, you know, there's lots of stuff happening with Reach One Child. I continue to just work and express myself and my love for education and Jamaican youth through that.
That's so good, boy. And I'm telling you, you really know how to articulate yourself. Now, one of the other things I realize with you is that you assert your roots. And I realize that your backing band is called the Rockfort Rebels.
Right.
No, I didn't know you had a backing band, and
right.
I didn't even know if you having a band, because most of the times I've heard you, it's really on tracks, you know.
Right.
So I didn't know you had a band. Now, are these persons from the community of Rockfort, or is it that you're using the label of Rockfort to really represent your roots?
Rockfort just represents the East. So, you know, the original setup for the band, there are some people who are from the East Kingston area. But it's just like, I would say the Rockfort Rebels more, just people who understand where music is our platform for a greater purpose. Because almost everybody in my band serve as either a mentor or a volunteer for the foundation. So it's not just people who want to play music, but we understand that our purpose is greater than standing on the stage and looking cute, or standing on a stage and, you know, preaching to people. And at different time, we do have within Rockfort Rebels like an all-star band. Like, you know, coming this Wednesday at Emancipation Park, I'll be playing with the all-star versions of the Rockfort Rebels. So we have like legendary players mixed in with some of the original Rockfort Rebels members. So, you know, it's a collective of like-minded musicians who they kind of understand and support a lot of the same ideals that I have, and that's one for creating a better Jamaica through music and education. I would just try to mix the two. Okay,
I see where you're working with Sly and Robbie on your upcoming album.
Yeah, we're finished. The album is pretty finished.
Okay, you know, fine. So that's good. So tell us about this upcoming project.
It's been a labor of love, you know. People say to me, oh my God, you've been working on this album forever. My manager and I, Patrick Lindsay, have been, you know, there's been a strategy from the beginning, and I think he saw a vision that had to be explained to me over time. You know, sometimes as an artist, you want to release the singles and you want to get on the road and you want to always, you know, I always want to be doing something. But, you know, we took a different approach. In 2012, after we dropped Have a Comeback, and there is a lot of success from that song, I just decided that I wanted a body of work to kind of capture everything that I am. You know, when I say I'm dancehall soul, I'm not trying to tap into any one thing. And Sly and Robbie, they've been there from the beginning of the journey, you know. They were the two producers who took me on my first tour internationally, and they've seen me growing from like that kid that came in the studio during high school, because I used to write for other groups that they were producing at the time, and it's kind of really developed a trust and a friendship where we can be really honest and very critical about the music and the purpose of the music and why I do what I do. So, you know, it's just beyond making music with Sly and Robbie. Like, you know, we eat together when we're on tour, we chill together. You wake up in the morning, we're talking about random things that have nothing to do with music. So we've really been able to create a special project, and I can't wait for the rest of the world to hear it. I can't say much about it, but
okay, no problem.
It's on 26 Music Group, which is my own label with Patrick Lindsay. Again, you know, like I said, my manager, business partner, best friend. It's just like we've been in it, and yeah, but I can't really say much about it.
Okay.
I'm just telling you,
I understand.
Be prepared to be blown away by just the genius of the musicianship.
And we're going to be looking out for it. We're going to be looking out for it. Now, I'm going to ask you this question, you know, and it's something I always think about. in a time where persons can have a big hit that makes a lot of money, like for example, look at Watch Out for This, Boomaye, right? Pepsi endorse it, and it part of Pepsi are making a whole lot of money. Why invest so much energy and time into an album? Why not put out some singles, test the market, and then afterwards compile them, and maybe people might, that might increase the album sales, because right now album sales are down. Why an album? Why not singles?
I think you can approach the industry from what you've seen, and I think a lot of what Jamaica has seen is just people putting out a bag of singles, and when they pay a lot, we say, oh my God, that's a big artist. But I've had the benefit of touring with people like Cyan Robbie, as I said before, John Mayer, Michael Franti, and there's a different model to success in other parts of the world. So you can want to be a pop star where, it's cute and you're all over everything, endorsing everything, or you can choose to be a musician who, if you happen upon a hit that is that big, then it's great. But I want a career that's sustainable. I want to be touring until I say I want to stop touring, not because the song is #1 on the Billboard charts, and if it's no longer 1 on the Billboard charts, then there's no relevance. So you can make a lot of money with one of those kinds of songs that require a big machinery behind it, even outside of Jamaica, to push it. Or you can build a career in the way that, bands like the Grateful Dead and bands like a U2 and rock bands have done it, and that's the route that I have chosen. I can't say how somebody else does it, but
no.
I know I am happier when I can make music that's real to me, and I can, impact people in a way that is uplifting and positive, and it just makes sense to me. That's just my personal way. And as it relates to money, if you're doing something that you love, it's just something that you love. But if you're constantly just chasing a hit on the chart, then you question the kind of quality of work you put back out. I don't want to be looking back in 20, 25 years and say, oh my God, I hate the fact that I only focused on songs that were jump up, beat up,
Shireen,
and that was it.
Okay. So. Well, Shireen, we have 1 minute to go, but I need to ask you. I want you to answer 2 questions in 1 minute. The first question is, why have you been so silent on the local scene? 30 seconds.
I've been silent because I've been making music, and sometimes as a musician you need to take yourself away from the hype to really create. And that's the difference between real musicians, I find, and people just want to be artists for the moment. I'm not one of those. I'm an artist through and through. I write my own songs, I play an instrument, I sing, and I'm a performer. And I believe when I go on a stage to entertain people who spent their hard-earned cash,
the 30 seconds up on that one.
I hit chorus.
Okay, the 30 seconds up on that one. The next question is, with your Rock Foundation and contacting new persons who are listening, say a GSAT student or whoever who would like to apply for scholarships through the Rock Foundation, give us the information.
It's great. We are reachonechild.org. That's REACHONECHILD.org, and we're everywhere on social media at Reach One Child. That's Instagram, Facebook, Vine, Vimeo, YouTube, you name it. We're everywhere. You can just visit any Shireen TV page at CHERINE TV, and you'll be automatically linked back to the Rock Foundation page. Okay,
Shireen, all the best in your success in your career, and I hope that your upcoming album will be successful. Thanks for making the time. And how is Valentine's going?
And you guys are invited to the show next week, Wednesday, Emancipation Park. Going on at about 11 o'clock. It's going to be awesome.
Okay then, thank you.
Free, completely free.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good day.